Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to Pole Day qualifying for tomorrow afternoon's race here at Dover International Speedway for the Busch Series 10th race of the second season, powered by the WRA. We have already started our allotted 5 minutes on the clock. We have 56 go or go homers here for the 12 starting spots. We're sending a lot of good cars home as they will not race tomorrow afternoon. As we're getting ready to see who will be the first driver out on the track. Looks like we have our first person. That is the 20. Nope, that's the 16 of Brady Columbus in the number 16 machine. She is the first driver out onto the track. Brady Columbus will now set the first lap time 38.747. That's her first lap time. That's because her pit stall is behind the start finish line, so this will be her first official time lap. Going to be a fun truck series race we got coming up this afternoon, which we'll talk about in just a few moments when we get to the final round of qualifying, 23.557 for Brady Columbus. Not a lot of time for these drivers to set their competitive times. Not a lot of time for these drivers to make some adjustments after in this session. As we're looking at Nathan Stapleton, yet to make his first start in the Busch Series. Now on the clock as we're halfway through the allotted 5-minute clock. Carolina Bradley, will be seeing her tomorrow afternoon as she will be qualifying for we'll be seeing her next week back in the number 66, trying to qualify her way into the Cup race at Darlington. Billy Kitchens on the track. Brad Blackman trying to make his return to the Busch Series. Driving the number 47 ST Ford. Should he qualify his way into tomorrow afternoon's race. There's April Winters, last week's pollster. Erica Douglas, will see her this afternoon in the Busch race, as will we see Futaba Sakura. Trinity Lee DNQ'd the truck race, trying to make her Busch Series debut. Leela Bakai. Michael Brown, will see him this afternoon racing in the Truck Series race. Cassandra Mills, trying to make her first Busch start of her career. She's made a couple of Winston Cup starts this season in the same ride she's going to attempt to qualify tomorrow afternoon. Mia Watts. Have not seen Mia Watts since the end of the Winston Cup Series. We've seen her younger sister Molly, but Molly has failed to qualify and has been out of the top 35. Skylar Davidson, will see her this afternoon in the Busch race, or in the truck race, excuse me. Trying to make it into the Busch Series event here this week. Jessie Art failed to qualify for her first Truck Series attempt. She's currently 25th quickest, not finding any speed on her Supercuts Dodge. Suni Sue, 23.179, currently on the bubble. Well, as soon as I say that, Marco Diaz bumps her out of the fast. 23.079 for the former Buffalo Wild Wings Series champion. Phelan Bradley, this will be his last attempt in the 09 for a while. Jacob Foster failed to qualify for the truck race this afternoon, which he'll be spotting for Futaba Sakura. Eric Stanbury trying to make his first start of his career in the Busch Series. Violet Jackson has not found any speed. Carolina Bradley is going to come to pit road. Looks like she is more than likely going to be one of the drivers who will not race tomorrow afternoon. There's Nathan Stapleton, fourth quickest right now. He would be making the show this week. 47 on the bubble. Zeros are now on the clock. All 28 drivers have made a lap time. Look at that. 1/1000th of a second. That's how close it is. And the fastest driver is Ari Springer. And lap times will not count, so it looks like these will be the 6 drivers that will race their way into tomorrow afternoon's race. So go ahead and get ready to stop the game so I don't have to hear the officials say drivers to your cars. And there it is. So, Ari Springer, Marco Diaz, Thriller Tadwell makes his second race in a row. While I'm putting that in, Nathan Stapleton will make his second WRA start, first in the Busch Series. He made a start in the Winston Cup Series. I don't think he didn't do that well, is what I mean. Phelan Bradley and Brad Blackman will make his return to the Busch Series, making his first start on the season. He will be up in the Cup Series in season number 3. Unfortunately, the drivers who will not race tomorrow afternoon will be the following. Carolina Bradley, we'll see her tomorrow for the Cup Pole Day qualifying. Harrison Jenkins, Brady Columbus, Skylar Davidson. We'll see her this afternoon in the truck race. Trinity Lee, got a little tongue twister there. Remy Crampton, Billy Kitchen, Suni Sue, Jacob Foster, Mia Watts, Caleb Hobbs was in the 17 this week. He failed to qualify. Cassandra Mills, Futaba Sakura, we'll see her and Erica Douglas this afternoon in the truck race. Eric Stanbury, Jesse Art, April Winters, Lucy Grangers, Violet Jackson, Shakes McDaniel, Leela Bakai, and Michael Brown, who we will also see this afternoon in the Busch race, or in the truck race, excuse me. Those drivers, unfortunately for them, they will not race tomorrow afternoon. So a tough break for those drivers. They will go home, or for some, we will see them this afternoon in the truck race to where they could get locked in the show for next season. We're going to take a break, get ready to have Group B for the Go or Go Homers to find out the other 6 drivers that will join Blackman, Bradley, Stapleton, Thadwell, Diaz, and Springer. You'll see that right after this. This is the World Racing Association's Multimedia Network. Another 5 minutes ready to go here for this session for Group B of Go or Go Home qualifying to find out who will be on the who will make the show and who will be going home. Another allotted 5 minutes on the clock. As we're getting ready to go racing. Of course, this afternoon, those drivers that didn't qualify, as they're right now heading over to the Craftsman Truck Series garage area, get ready to have their important, or actually, they already had their drivers meeting this morning. They had it at 9 a.m. this morning, so we already had the drivers meeting. So those that didn't qualify for the Busch race tomorrow afternoon, they can now go ahead, use the restroom, have plenty of time to get ready for pole day, get ready for the truck race this afternoon. Of course, we'll have driver introductions. That will be after this session is done, this Busch qualifying is done. Cindy Ball is the first driver taking time. Ellie Rose, who DNQ'd the truck race, already set a lap time on the board, but that is her get up to speed because her pit stall is behind the start-finish line. 23.863, the 79 sets the benchmark. It's already been beaten. This is going to be a fun race tomorrow afternoon. 140 laps on tap here tomorrow afternoon. Probably one of our few races we're going to run over 100 laps. I know Charlotte will be our longest race of the season for the Busch drivers. We'll see about that. Zach Foster, will see him this afternoon in the Truck Series race in the Mr. Clean colors. He'll be back to the Old Spice car next week. There's Marinelli Dillon, the former Oreo Cup Series driver, now trying to attempt to qualify for the race close to her home race, the closest she will get to a home race. She is from the Maryland area. We are in Dover, so this is theoretically her home race. There's Clayton Huntington Wolf, Jonathan Hoff just coming out on the track. Sarah Costello, Madison Tall, second quickest. Hazel Eveling, the 44, trying to make another start. Maisie Creighton, we'll see her this afternoon in the truck race. Had an okay qualifying effort yesterday. Just trying to get some extra track time before she gets ready for the truck race this afternoon. Thank goodness we had the drivers meeting this morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. Maisie's trying to make her first career start here in the Busch Series. And so far, so good. It's looking like it's going to happen, but I'm not going to jinx it in that regard. The 92 now on the bubble. Hazel Eveling just got bumped. That is William Brock. Just bumped the 44 out of the show. Maisie's heading to pit road. Liliana Beta this week in the 64. We will see Lauren Ekstrom in the car at some point in the season. She's still recovering from her pregnancy, which she's doing a lot better, and she'll be in the one of the road course races we'll see later in the season. There's Autumn McDowell. That's Alex Romero. Alex 23rd quickest here in this qualifying session. We're down to 40 seconds left to go in the session. Carson Miller. Jake Littletown trying to make his return to this channel. Haven't seen him since the Monster Energy Series. He's trying to qualify his way in that 91 machine, and it looks like, unless something dramatic happens, he will be one of the drivers locked in the show. Addison Peterson, will see her this afternoon in the truck race, trying to qualify her way into this event. Now the 79 on the bubble with 5 seconds to go. Ellie Rose goes to the top of the timesheet, so at least Jacob Foster is going to have one of his drivers in one of the races. Now, if Jacob Foster makes the Cup race, that would be interesting, as Brock is already out. There's Shyla Ascroft. She will be starting on the pole for this afternoon's truck race. Doesn't look like she'll make the Busch race, but those 5 extra minutes on track is good for her. There's Wanda McBride. Bumps Sydney Ball out. Wanda McBride will looks like make the show this week. Good lap for a driver who we haven't had on this channel a lot. So Wanda McBride will get to make her Busch Series debut. Maisie Creighton looks like out of the 12 drivers, she's going to be the one doing the double this weekend. Great job for Maisie. As that is it for this session. And Ellie Rose is in the show. And Maisie Creighton will make the show this week. Wanda McBride will make her first start of the year. Same with Jake Littletown. So there you go. Addison Peterson is another driver who's going to do the double this weekend. And Zach Foster is going to do the double as he got the final transfer spot. Unfortunately, the drivers who will not race tomorrow afternoon, they are Sydney Ball, Jonathan Hoff, Madison Toll, Shade Earnhardt, Lucky Prescott. Jalecia Kuzman was in the 75 this week, trying to make her first start, didn't make it. Autumn McDowell, Clayton Huntington Wolf, Amy Hicks, Marinelli Dillon, Josh Harmon, Taylor Valley, Alexander Romero, William Brock, Abigail Lynn, Carson Miller, Hazel Eveling, Sarah Costello, Anthony Ritchie tried to do the double. We'll see him this afternoon in the Truck Series race. Liliana Beta, we'll see her tomorrow for the Winston Cup qualifying. And Shyla Ascroft, who will start on the pole for the truck race. Unfortunately for those drivers, they will join the other drivers who have failed to qualified. Now we have our 12 drivers set. We're going to take one final break. When we come back, we're going to get those 12 transferees to join the top 30 drivers in points to run for the pole as pole day qualifying continues on the World Racing Association's multimedia network. This is the final round of qualifying as I got Sean Art joining me. We'll see Sean tomorrow afternoon to qualify for the Winston Cup race. Will you cut that out with that noise? So, yeah. So we have 15 minutes on the clock. That means we are running for the pole in this final round of pole day qualifying for the Busch Series drivers. For some of these drivers that have made it in from the Go Home session, what kind of adjustments did they make for this qualifying session? Will you cut that out? As we're here at Dover International Speedway, Abonia Mirmoez is the first driver out onto the track in the number 15 machine. As we're going to pull up the points table coming in this race, Ebony dropped down to 29th in the points. Not the finish she was hoping for. Ebony failed to qualify for the truck race today in pole day qualifying yesterday. And of course, she is full-time here in the Busch Series. Excuse me. Oni set a 23.912. As we're getting our times on the board now. There's Tula Tapola, Samad Oskin. Forgot to change the paint scheme on the one. I will do that before the race tomorrow. Phelan Bradley made the Busch race this week. Congrats to him. There's Courtney Lynn, our winner from Texas a couple of weeks ago. You saw Daniel Gitteroth. Yeah, I forgot to change his paint scheme. I'll do that before the race tomorrow. There's Rosalinda Masterson. First driver out of the race. Dropped 2 spots down to 24th in the points. Quentin Moore failed to qualify for the truck race. And here's our fastest driver right now, Luna Farmer. Coming into this weekend with a lot of confidence after pulling off a shocking win last week at New Hampshire in the Winston Cup Series in her third career start, believe it or not. I bet you she went to victory lane. I could tell the tears of joy knowing that not only is she one of the few rookies that have gone to victory lane, three to be exact. She became the second go homer to go to victory lane in the Winston Cup Series, and more importantly, she's going to be racing for $1 million in a couple of weeks at Daytona. Can you believe that? Katsura Mirwez currently 5th quickest in the number 10. That's Kyle Langland in front of him, as we got a quacking duck on the track for whatever reason. Katsura comes into this race 3rd in points. Kyle Langland 19th in the points. The only reason why Sean's here is because, the Cup drivers just got here to the track. And they're getting ready to watch a fun pole day qualifying. Will you cut that out? We're going to have a fun truck series race coming up this afternoon. Right now, everybody's making some adjustments. Lauren Grubius, we'll see her tomorrow afternoon trying to qualify the Cup car into the show here at Dover. Marco Diaz raced his way in. Riller Tadwell just made the show this week. Bora Park will see her this afternoon in the Truck Series race. Got a few of our double duty drivers going to be in the truck race. Bora Park being one of them. Maisie Creighton, who's second quickest in the session. There's J.J. Palmer in the Old Spice colors this week on his Chevrolet. Jake Littletown hasn't raced over since 2016, believe it or not. So he's going to be a little bit out of sync, but he was one of the drivers that did race here, so he has a little bit of experience. There's Brenda Ealing, that critical 30th in the points. Good thing is for her, Taylor Valley failed to qualify, and she had an 18-point cushion. Actually, no, correction. She had a 12-point, or no, 22-point cushion between herself and 31st. Well, that will grow after this weekend. There's Maisie Creighton. Of course, Maisie running the truck race. Courtney Lynn just went to the top of the timesheets, 22,999 for the Bryant Chevrolet. That is a blistering lap for the 98. Remember, she won Texas a couple of weeks ago. Courtney Lynn dropped 4 spots to 18th in the points, so this is good for the 98 bunch. Of course, didn't improve that lap. I don't know if anybody's going to beat a 22,999. That's actually the quickest time of the weekend until we get to the Cup Series. Find out where our points leader is. That would be Ashlyn Wright in the one machine, currently 27th quickest. She's not only the points leader, she's still the rookie points lead. The gal that's going to run her down for the points lead, the 11 of London Jackson, because those two are separated by 4 points. 6 points back is Katsura Mirwais. He is third. Samad Oskin, Daniel Gitteroff, that's your top 5. J.J. Palmer, Luna Farmer, Quinton Moore, Emily Green, Morgan LaFay, that's your top 10. Oh, we had a major wreck. Wow, we got a huge wreck at Dover. Holy guacamole and cheese. What in the world happened on the back straightaway? That's a lot of cars involved in that one. Oh my God, Sean has wrecked the field, and this is just qualifying, folks. Holy cow, there's at least 30 cars back here, all smashed up. This is not even the race, y'all. And it started with Wanda McBride with mechanical problems, gets hit by the 38. We're going to probably see a lot of that tomorrow afternoon and also this afternoon in the truck race. There's Phelan Bradley, nowhere to go. I think that was the 11 that hit the, was that the 11? Yes, it was. Look at that. Track has just become blocked. There's just nowhere for anybody to go. Good grief. That's about 30 cars all torn up. And this is just qualifying, folks. We're definitely going to see that in tomorrow afternoon's race. I can guarantee you that. A lot of these teams had to get their backup cars out. Good God almighty. That's a huge wreck. Well, talk about Sean wrecked the field so early or at the midway point of qualifying. Gee, many Christmas. And Lauren Grubius goes second quickest, 23.099 off 2 tenths of Courtney Lynn. I think with about 5 minutes to go, I really don't think anybody's going to crack under the 22, get in the 22.9s. That was a blistering lap by Courtney Lynn. Her teammate failed to qualify in Taylor Valley. Good grief. That was a lot of cars involved in that one. We're going to have a lot of drivers going to the infield care center after this. There's Jamie Bonine, Maisie Creighton, Mohamed Zine coming back out on the track, same with Ashlyn Wright. A lot of cars torn up. We basically just had, that's basically our biggest wreck we've had so far this weekend in qualifying. We haven't even gotten into the race yet. Well, at least Sean's glad we're here at Dover International Speedway, where, in the words of Sean, he will wreck the field. That's the good news. The bad news is I hope Sean doesn't get involved in this carnage when we get to the Cup race on Sunday. Of course, Jesse Art is now 2 for 2 in, quote, DNQs. She's trying to avoid the golden sombrero for the wrong reasons. Katsuro goes to second quickest in that number 10 machine. Brad Blackman, there's Dylan Ibrahimian, Gabe Litson, Marcus Sellers, Phelan Bradley is still on pit road. Jake Lowtown, Tyler Ware. There's London Jackson. Looks like she's not going to have a good qualifying effort. And neither is the gal that she's trying to run down for the points lead, Ashlyn Wright. So the top two in the championship, as well as in the Rookie of the Year honors, they're going to be looking like starting deep in this field. Addison Peterson, we'll see her this afternoon for the truck race. Made the show this week for the Busch Series. Good for her. Like she might be done for the session. Ellie Rose failed to qualify for the truck race. Hopefully she'll get a chance to do double duty at some point. Ellie, I think, is making her second start. Had a good debut. I think it was at Martinsville she made her debut. Finished in the top 15 in that race. We'll see if she can back that up. There's Morgan Le Fay running the blue wind fuel colors on her Chevrolet. Marco Diaz, not good qualifying for him. Phelan Bradley just coming out on the track, currently the slowest in this qualifying session. And with a minute to go, I don't think anybody's going to beat a 22.999. So I think we can safely say Courtney Lynn, as long as nobody's car goes wonkers in the next 50 seconds, I think Courtney Lynn has just bagged her first pole of the season and her first pole of her career. And now we can safely say this is the Courtney Lynn we know and love from the Monster Energy Series. Courtney's going to have to continue to build that momentum tomorrow afternoon. So we got zeros now on the clock. Think think we haven't. I don't know if we've hit our 30 seconds. I'm gonna wait for the official word. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this up. Okay, now we've hit our final 30 seconds, but times are now going to be finalized. So Courtney Lynn will get the start on the pole position for tomorrow afternoon's Busch Series race. As the chat likes to go flashy, flashy, flashy for whatever reason. I don't know why. And that's it. So Courtney Lynn will start on the pole for tomorrow afternoon's race. She'll be alongside of Katsir Mirwez. And Mirwez is 2 and 3 up here at the front of the field. So good job to those drivers. Lauren Grubius will be on the outside of row 2. Ari Springer, Quinton Moore, row 3. Samanoskin, Ellie Rose, row 4. Maisie Creighton, Gabe Litz in the top 10. Maisie is also starting in the top 15 this afternoon in the Truck Series race, so she's already gotten good qualifying positions. So if you ask me, and you look through the rest of the lineup, our points leader qualified 14th. She was going to start like deep in this field, which would have not been pretty good. So yeah, let's take a look at the drivers who didn't qualify that well as we look on down through the rest of the qualifying results. Ricky Cervantes, Kyle Langland got their work cut out for them. A lot of these drivers, London Jackson, second in points, 37. She's got her work cut out for her tomorrow afternoon. Got a very long race, 140 laps these drivers are going to run tomorrow afternoon, which means they will have to make at least one pit stop. So it may have not been a factor in the truck race where they went 75 laps on tires. Oh no, they're not going to try that strategy here at Dover because this is a 1 mile racetrack. Miles the Monster can play a part in a point shakeup, and Rosalinda Maston and Phelan Bradley will be starting at the rear of the field in 41st and 42nd. But you can definitely pass here, but you got to be patient tomorrow afternoon here for these drivers. Hope you guys enjoyed this qualifying session. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We've shown your starting lineup for tomorrow afternoon's Busch Series race. They will go green at 3 p.m. Before that, we'll have the Winston Cup qualifying at 1. But before that, we have the Craftsman Truck Series drivers getting ready to go racing here at Dover International Raceway. So until we see you, whether it's this afternoon or tomorrow, I'm Dina Voiles along with Sean Art. Thank you for joining us. And for now, saying goodbye from Dover International Speedway, we congratulate Courtney Lynn on her first career pole here in the Busch Series. Coming up next, we'll rejoin the Infinity Network Sports Studios programming already in progress. We'll talk to you at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the World Racing Association's Multimedia Network.